time I get a bit inside, I feel it. That's just good pussy.
If you were to ask me about a couple months ago what my opinion was on Freudian by Daniel Caesar, I most likely would have said that I didn't like it at all. Now, before you click off the video, go in the comments, dislike the video, be like, blah, 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 whatever. Just wait, let me explain. When I first listened to this album, I didn't like it that much. I really only liked Get You and Best Part, but I did think those songs were like phenomenal, and throughout this video, I'm gonna praise those songs a lot. But I thought all the other songs were very boring and slow, and that in the middle-ish to the end part of the album, those songs all kind of blur together, and there's nothing really separating them. Now, I will say, I will get into this more later in the video, but I still kind of agree with that. But my opinion overall has changed a bit. Now, this album is fairly short, only 10 songs long, and the runtime's about 44 minutes, which isn't that long, but with 10 songs, that means all the songs are 4 minutes, except for the last one, Freudian, which is like 9 minutes, but I'll talk about that later. So the songs do kind of drag a little bit. I think more towards the end with like Take Me Away, Transform, and Blessed. That's where the songs kind of be like, after the 2-minute mark, you're like, okay, this kind of can end right now. But, you know, at least for me, I didn't really feel it that much. But re-listening to this album, I liked it so much more than I did originally. Now, Daniel Caesar is an R&B artist, a singer, and I think his voice is amazing, especially when it's paired with the beats on these songs, just like slow and like just it makes you feel good, makes you want to bob your head, like Get You, Best Part, and Loose. They're all like kind of slow, not really. More towards the end it gets slower, but they all I think go so well with Daniel Caesar's voice. And with that, the production and mixing on this album are also really good. Now, when I first listened to this album, like I said, I really only liked to Get You and Best Part, which back then I thought were amazing, and now I still think they're amazing. And they're 10 out of 10s. They're just phenomenal songs, and I really recommend you listen to them. But after re-listening to it, I also liked Loose, New Roses. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's Neu, so I don't know. Maybe that's a typo, but that's what it says on Spotify, so I'm just going to say New. Or Transgressor's song, that I'll just call it that. And We Find Love and Hold Me Down. I really liked those songs, and I don't really understand why I didn't like this album when I first listened to it. Now, there are 4 features on this album with Caliucci's, Her, Sid, and Charlotte Day Wilson. And in my opinion, I think Her is the best, at least my favorite feature, because I really think her voice with Daniel Caesar's voice goes so well together, and her voice on just the Best Part beat I think is so good. And then at the end they kind of have a little duet kind of thing. I wouldn't say it's like a whole duet. They kind of just harmonize together, and I think it sounds really good. And in my opinion, I think Caliucci's is not the worst feature on this album, but I think the most forgettable. She's on the first song. Her verse is only like 4 lines, and at the end she has a little bit more. But she doesn't really do much to contribute to the song. I'm not saying that she's bad. I'm a huge Caliucci's fan, and I don't think she did bad. I just think her feature is at the bottom compared to Her, Sid, and Charlotte Day Wilson. Now, I did want to touch on the last song, the title track, Freudian. It's about 9 minutes long. And when I first listened to this album, I was like, isn't this like a copy of Future Free from Blonde? And I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure it's to pay homage. He's not like copying it. It's like a homage to it. It's like, oh, that song is really good, so here's me trying to do the same thing. And I think it doesn't do as well as Future Free. I would rather listen to Future Free over this one. But it's very similar with the beginning is like he has the weird voice mod on, and he says like mama just like how Frank Ocean says it. And then in the middle there's like a long pause into another part of the song. But I do really enjoy this album. Now, my complaint still stands that towards the end of the album, the songs kind of, go on a little too long with them all being 4 minutes. I think it's kind of unnecessary at points. And sometimes they start to be like, is this the same song? I've been listening to the same song for like 10 minutes now, or is this a different song? But I think Daniel Caesar does great with all the features on it. I think his voice and all their voices do so well together, especially on the slow R&B beats. And this album is just really good. I don't know why I didn't like it that much when I first listened to it, but I'm glad I re-listened to it.
I guess we made it out to, I forget. I gotta be honest, man. My memory's really bad. I smoked too much weed.
And with all that being said, I'm gonna give Freudian by Daniel Caesar an 8 out of 10. If I reviewed this a couple months ago when I first listened to it, I probably would have given it like a 4 or a 5. But my opinion has changed a lot, and I really enjoy this album. While I don't see myself going back to it a whole lot, I would probably pick out random songs and just listen to them. Of course, Get You, Best Part, I think are amazing. Some of Daniel Caesar's best songs, and just some phenomenal songs that I've heard in a long time. And I highly recommend those, even if you don't want to listen to the full album. Just at least listen to those two. They're the first two songs, and they're great. And yes, I'm not wearing a hoodie for the first time in a video. Wow, I'm wearing a JID shirt that I got at the concert I went to the other day. And so that's pretty cool. I probably will still keep wearing hoodies and stuff because I don't like showing my arms. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, wow, very crazy. And this is also the second time I'm recording this video. I recorded it earlier, but I realized my mic was muted the entire time, so I had to re-record it. Wow, very fun, little stupid old me. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Put in the comments some other albums you want me to listen to. Like the video or dislike the video. If you didn't like it, dislike the video. I can't stop you. Sub to this channel if you're new. Sub to my old channel if you're new. Just look at all the links in the description. Click them. Press the buttons. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.